These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
We are back with another episode of How About Them Celtics. Sam and I are here recording on Thursday, December 28th, after the Celtics' very close win over the Detroit Pistons. Game went to overtime. Celtics eventually pulled it out there after being down by as many as 21 points, down by, I think, 19 it was at halftime, and then coming all the way back, in the third quarter, very closely contested fourth quarter, and then, again, pulled away in overtime. An unnecessarily scary game from the Celtics, who evidently wouldn't have it any other way. I'm sure Sam has some thoughts. I have some thoughts. We can go back and forth, and we'll see.
Do I have some thoughts
at the end? Yes, let's hear it.
You know, I have to start with it, despite there being numerous problems with this game. Tatum,
yes.
buddy, it's time to stop taking 11 threes. 2 of 11. And there were a fair amount of dribble. Hey, look how sick this shot is. Clank shots this game. I'm going to say this. Shot at the end of regulation, fine. Credit.
Yes.
Fine shot.
Yeah, sure.
The play that I want to say led to a Derrick White 3 in overtime where Tatum had the ball in the corner with a big man on him and decided not to take the shot. Respect. It is growth. It could have been 3-pointer number 13, but it was not. But throughout the game, I think the early tone setting of Tatum bombing threes early was like, hey, we might not be as for real tonight as everyone might have hoped we might be. So that was the first red flag. Biggest problem of the night to me, the season of giving is over, fellas. No more second chances. Christmas isn't for another 364 days, I think, with leap year. I don't know. I mean, be for real. 19 offensive rebounds. You had the game won.
That was the biggest problem for me.
With up 6 with like a minute and a half, all you had to do is like not be the absolute worst. You gave Bogdanovich an extra look after Cade missed a 3 to win the game. And mind you, you got very fortunate with a goaltend call that I thought was a goaltend through and through. But it was a lot closer than it looked live. And had they not called it a goaltend first, you might have lost this game. So you got to be better. Also, respect to my Pistons. They've tried their best.
Not a great game from the Celtics. They did pull it out in the end. I didn't think the offense was as much the problem in this game. I mean, obviously, they didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but I thought for the most part, outside of some of Tatum's looks, they were taking good shots. Just felt like at the start, none of them were falling. The problem to me was they were just giving up way too many open looks to the Pistons, especially around the rim. I mean, Isaiah Livers and, or not Isaiah Livers, Ivy and Cunningham shooting 3 of 5 and 4 of 6 from 3. Like, that's shrug. What the fuck? What are we doing here?
Cade's just been on a monster stretch.
Yeah.
Good for him.
The point is, in my opinion, more important that, like, you can't be giving up, easy driving lanes. You can't be over helping in certain spots. Like, it just felt like the defense was off. That and the offensive rebounds, 19, is just absolutely obscene. Jalen Duren had 8 by himself. Jaden Ivey had 5 offensive rebounds. Like, that is not okay. You can't let that happen. You can't let 3 players on the opposing team have 10 plus total rebounds on the night. That's a recipe for disaster. That's a certain way to lose the game. And the only reason they didn't lose this game is because the Pistons are fucking awful. Like, for as much as the Celtics shouldn't have lost this game, or put themselves in a hole, is what I meant to say. My God, this Pistons team sucks. Like, we texted, Killian Hayes is tragic. That guy's next. Like, if you like the process Sixers wished they had Killian Hayes. Like, he would be the face of that shit. And that was awful. They couldn't make a pass. They couldn't, like, Asar Thompson shot were clanking off the backboard. Like, they were a comedy of errors.
Jayson Tatum, you're my hero.
Yeah, right. They were a comedy of errors. I actually didn't think this was a terrible Tatum game outside of those couple step back looks. I mean, Sam, you got to look past just the shots, brother. This is a you got to look past it sometimes. Not in the sense that, like, ignore it and don't say it's bad, but you can't judge
35% from the field on 31 shots is much worse than it needed to be.
He had 10 assists.
sick.
No. I'm calling you.
If you keep
agree.
giving him a pass every single time,
I'm not saying it's a pass.
He's a top 10 player in the league. He should do other stuff than score. But when his primary job is to put the ball in the basket and make the right decision, going 11 of 31 against the 2-win Pistons is just not acceptable.
I'm not saying he had a great
shots or move on.
I'm not saying he had a great night. I'm just saying I don't think it's and maybe we got to find a middle ground. Maybe I'm being too lenient and you're being too harsh, but we've got to find some sort of middle ground here because all you do is look at the shots and maybe all I do is look past the shots. So we got to find there's got to be some sort of middle here.
There needs to come a time where it stops becoming it's a pass because he's Jayson Tatum. He has to take shots.
No, some of his shots
too
were
good for that.
I'm not talking about the shots anymore. Yes, some of his shots were bad. Yes, I'm giving it to you. His shot profile not good tonight for the most part. I thought he did a better job of attacking the rim.
Ass though.
I thought he did a better job of attacking the rim tonight than he did most nights, but that's just because he took a lot of shots. What I'm saying is I think it's also important to acknowledge even when he has these rough shooting nights, that he does other good things on the floor.
He sure does.
And again, like I said, I think maybe we need to find a middle ground where I'm less lenient and you're more lenient because there's got to be some middle ground there. But
I came up to start the show and I said, good job. He made the decision. 1, got a good look at the end of regulation, even though it didn't fall. And 2, he made the decision not to pull a 3 in overtime, drove and created a Derrick White 3. I literally gave him credit right off the jump, but this is getting ridiculous with the shots. And I know that's not your focal point, but it's still a big issue.
Yes. Yeah. He's a bad shot profile. The bad threes are bad and he's got to stop taking them. All I said was, I don't think this was as bad of a Jayson Tatum game as the bad shot profile usually it makes it. I thought he did other good things. Past that, Kristaps Porzingis.
5 steals.
Porzingis was on a heater tonight. I mean, 13 of 21, 3 of 9, 6 of 7. He gets the ball at the post. He scores from the post. That is bang, bang. There is no stopping it. Although it was unfortunate that the one post shot he decided to miss was when they had a chance to seal the game at the end of regulation. Like, talking about that quick stretch at regulation, Celtics go up 6 with X amount of times left. They got great offensive looks. Right? Like they had Porzingis at his comfortable post shot. They had Tatum driving. They had, I think another one was a Derrick White shot that didn't fall. Like I'll go back and watch, but offensively, I thought they got great looks in that final, 40 seconds or whatever it was when they were up 6. The problem was the defense. They just and I mean, I guess it was part of the game plan to let Jaden Ivey shoot threes or let certain players shoot threes because by the numbers, they probably shouldn't make all those threes. Unfortunately, it just happened. So those exact times the defense fell apart in the context of those guys made their threes. But Kristaps was great in this one. I thought weird Derrick White game. Very weird Derrick White game.
Those shoes don't have no buckets in them, Derrick White.
It was a disastrous first half for Derrick White. Like not even like that he wasn't hitting shots, like making some pretty bad mistakes, slipping in rough spots, and just not putting the ball where it needed to be at the right time. Went to the locker room, switched his shoes, came out the second half, was his all-star self again. Weird Derrick White game, good KP game. It's weird that Drew Holiday only took 9 shots to me, right? Is that weird?
I wonder where all those shots went.
Listen, I'm not going to sit. I don't want to sit here and make this whole thing Jayson Tatum. I thought the threes were bad, but I thought the twos were good. I thought he was doing a good job of being aggressive.
On twos, Tatum shot, and he did do a good job, especially in the third quarter. He shot, quick math, 9 of 20. So that's fine. I mean, he was a big part of the run that got them back into this game. It's just remarkable that as soon as they got back into it, it regressed.
Yeah. I don't. Yes.
I just think it's a big issue. I'm not gonna scream at you, but I legitimately think it's a big problem. The team's too good. The team's too good for that.
I agree, but I don't know how many times we can sit here and talk about it. I know it keeps happening, but I have no response to you when you say it anymore.
It's still an issue. You have to keep bringing it up if it's an issue.
Yes.
If we were a Pistons podcast, we would have to be like, hey. They lost again. Hey,
Yes.
Killian Hayes is bad. Like, those things would continuously be themes. It would be like, they need to do something about this. That would be the story. It's the
All I'm
story.
saying is I could say Nemias Queta sprained his ankle on that, and you go, if Tatum didn't take a three, it just feels like everything I
Might have
throw at
been.
you. Past that, speaking of Queta, he did get some run again over Luke Cornett. It felt like a spot you needed for him. O'Shea Brissett got some minutes in there too. It felt like Joe was trying to combat the rebounding and Nemias Queta, for what it's worth.
What'd you think of him?
Only 2 rebounds. Queta, I actually thought Queta did a much better job on defense than he has in past games. Like, he felt like he was trying, at least keeping up on the perimeter a little bit more than normal.
I agree.
Which is
I
good.
noticed a couple possessions where I was like, I literally pointed out, I was like, he's actually moving his feet well. Like, good job. Like, good movement by Queta. So it's good to see him getting better. If he can get that down, he's going to become a real asset for them.
Score early this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 money bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action, NFL. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including you got spreads, you get your player props, you got over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/Boston and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
No, Cade is good. The biggest problems are his defensive positioning and his touch around the rim. And to his credit, both of those things, showed up a little bit better in this game. Made a nice shot around the rim, kept up with some guys on the perimeter, forced a couple turnovers. I think, albeit it was against Killian Hayes. So, like, was it him or was it Killian Hayes?
Those are the must force turnovers, and he did a good job on executing the game plan. Also, quick little tidbit. Pritchard also throwing up the bombs tonight. That possession where he
dude
was in a row.
Firing. He saw one go down. He goes, "It's me time, motherfuckers!" And then he just didn't make another one all night. Hauser also can't find his footing. It's been a weird stretch for Hauser and Tatum. For as much as the Tatum pull-up threes are bad and he's not making them, like, it is frustrating because you know he can make them, and you just I don't get the weird stretches. Like, I thought he did take a couple of what's the right word, within the offense threes.
No, there were a few
in this one, and I'm not like saying that as an excuse. It's just, it's weird to me how he can go through stretches where all of those are falling, and then and it's not like, I don't know, it's just not like, oh yeah, this game it's on, next game it's off, throughout, like, first half it's on, first half it's off. It is 4 months it's on, 4 months it's off. Like, it is. I've never seen
about them new shoes coming out in March. That's what it is. Anytime he said he's got 2 models of the Tatum's dropping, the 2 and 3.
Maybe it'll be opposite this time. Maybe it'll be opposite this time.
I don't think so. He's been wearing those new shoes for 2 games, and the man has been ass.
Well, maybe you got to go back to the ones. Maybe you got to go back to the ones, buddy.
Last Tatum thing. So before the game, Noah went tonight for Celtics blog, and she posted a video of Tatum, and she was like, he just hit one from the logo, and it took everything in me not to tweet and be like, this is not a good sign.
Man. I mean, I hope he turns it around. You saw the progress in the Lakers game, and just it's the picking weird spots to take them. Like I always say, and I'm going to stand by that. I'm fine with him taking some throughout the flow of the game.
Agreed.
It's just you can't take that many, and especially in the momentum swing moments is when it's a killer, because it feels like, well, the thing is, if they go down, it's a huge momentum swing. Like, hell yeah, kiss to the crowd, whatever Tatum does, like, big. But if it doesn't, it's a backbreaker. And the reason I said this felt like a less bad, I don't want to say better or good, a less bad Tatum Chuck game is because I think he did get a healthy amount of the driving in. Because, I mean, in that third quarter, it felt like, yeah, he said, I'm better than you, I'm going to go at you. What was it? That finish through like 6 guys where he like re-caught the ball and put it in. That was the most obscene.
The high off the glass one.
Yeah, that was nuts.
So there was a stage in this game. I want to say they tied the game. or they had just. I mean, the man missed his last 5 threes. Yeah. But anyways, they had just tied the game, I want to say. And let's see. Yeah, tie game. And immediately 6 step back 3 from the left wing. And it was a 2-for-1. It's just like, when are we going to learn? Like, these are negative trends. Like, can everyone just the reason I keep saying it is because if we're having a lot of people watch this, I hope somebody regurgitates this or catches on is like, he might be right. Like, this guy's an idiot, but he's making a good point here. Like, maybe if Tatum took 5 threes, the other 6 could have been good looks created for his teammates, like the one he created in overtime for Derrick White. Like, that's the point. In to your point, he's done a great job at creating things for his teammates. He had 10 assists today, and I still thought his shot selection was ass. He could have had 15, 16 assists.
Yeah, I don't know. The pull-up threes are bad. I was just looking through them now to see if there are any, like, the number of good ones versus bad ones in the flow of the offense. The best good one I remember was it was like a screen and roll with Nemi. He got off the screen. He was just like butt naked open. Like, that's an example of a good
That's the
pull-up
old Isaiah 3. Just comes off the side of the screen and steps into it. Yeah.
It almost
I
feels
think
like
those are right.
he, as backward as it is, and I mean, anybody who watches or looks at stats knows that he's a better catch and shoot 3-point shooter than he is pull up, but it almost feels like he's, for some reason, more comfortable shooting pull up threes. Even I'm not saying it works, but like, look at, like, he'll catch the ball from Derrick White, but then he'll dribble 3 times and then pull it back and shoot it. Like, I don't know why it just feels like he's more comfortable doing that, even regardless of the results or the analytics or whatever you want to say from him. But it is what it is. I don't know, man. A weird game. I saw someone respond. Somebody commented on our YouTube just now. It was Randy Chester commented, "Game just ended. Glad to get a win. First OT win of the season."
It is true. They did win an OT
against the Pistons, though. So it's like give and take, I suppose, with that.
Baby steps.
Baby steps is right. Cade Cunningham was disgusting in this game.
He was great in the first half in particular. He was really what helped them get up big early. 2 things. One, I legitimately think Scal had a point on something tonight. Talked about if you're watching on TV, the rim that was on the right side of your screen, the one that Pistons finished on. He was like, I think there's something off with that hoop. I mean, both teams were like very, very bad shooting when they were shooting that side. Like, there could have been something up with the hoop.
Yeah, no one made anything on that side.
I thought Al Horford should have caught a couple passes that he didn't catch today. There were a couple, like, he was on the roll and he fumbled the ball. And I was like, he should probably catch that. That would have been a couple nice points.
Yeah. Yes. There were a few that were, we'll say, questionable drops from Big Al.
I think this game was a really good example of Porzingis adds a whole new layer to the offense that they can go to in a close game. Yeah. And they did it well. And credit to Joe Mazzulla, he kept hammering it. There was a little stretch there where they went away from it, and I was annoyed. But for the most part, they did a great job at spamming it. And good, learn from it. Just keep doing it. He's so tall, he can just literally turn, not even jump, and just kiss it off the glass like it's the easiest thing ever. And credit to him, 35 and 9, 8 rebounds, whatever he had, with a block. No blocks. Horford had the block. But it's just a good KP game. Team high, plus minus. Good job. Happy about that. That's why you went out and got him.
Yeah. Big Porzingis game. I have a few big Porzingis games here. Good for him. You don't want to say good win, but good third quarter. Third quarter problems seem to be a thing.
Way not to embarrass all of us.
Yeah. Well, all relative, I suppose. Glad the third quarters are fixed. I think I can stamp the fixed thing on the third.
Yeah, I mean they won the game in the third quarter today, pretty much.
Yeah.
And credit to them. They got booed by the home crowd.
Deservedly
they came
so.
out of the half. Yes, deservedly so. Scal, by the way, shocked that they got booed. And then they come out in the third quarter. Everybody plays for real. They get good looks. Tatum plays for real. Goes to the basket. And they get right back into the game. It's remarkable. So credit to the Celtics. They play defense. It's incredible that they crashed the glass for that one quarter and managed to keep the Pistons off it. But once the game got close again, they couldn't get rebounds. credit to the Pistons for putting a hell of an effort together, except for Monty Williams, who clearly wanted to lose that game, sitting everybody.
That was
while that
crazy.
Celtics run happened in the third quarter. But, hey, man, a win's a win, undefeated at home. We all get to enjoy the Pistons losing streak from afar again. And, boys get to play again tomorrow on a back-to-back after an overtime game.
28 games is crazy. Like that is
the last time the
disband the
Pistons won,
franchise.
it was my birthday.
October?
October 28th was the day.
When did they
put it
play
on the
next?
broadcast.
Did they play again in December?
Um,
The Pistons play the Raptors on Saturday. If the Pistons don't win Saturday, it is 2 straight months with no wins.
Raptors on a back-to-back. Technically, It's already been 2 straight months.
Yes, but like calendar months. That is.
I see. Like they will go all of December without winning.
And all of November. Yeah. That is and hey, if they don't beat Toronto, they've got a second. Because then they got Houston, Utah, Golden State, Denver, Sacramento. Then they got San Antonio and then Washington on the 15th. So they got some chances in there. Then after that, Minnesota, Milwaukee. So they've got some tough sledding ahead in Detroit. I'm just glad it wasn't the Celtics. Anyways, any final thoughts before we get on out of here?
Beat the Raptors tomorrow. Stay undefeated at home.
Yes,
I love the home win streak. I love it. It's important to
15.
me. 15's great. Make it 16. Be for real. That's all I ask. I also hope Jalen's okay. I think he's going to play tomorrow. I think that's why they sat him today. But yeah, whatever. Pistons game's over now. Make sure Peten's on the thumbnail, please. And after what we all went through today, I think we all need a chuckle. Oh man, are you proud of me that I no longer complain about the team's threes as a whole?
Yeah, we've just moved to Tatum. Baby steps.
Well, we're starting to investigate it a bit more. We're getting below the surface. We're like, yes, Peyton Pritchard shot 1 of 6, and Hauser can't hit the side of a barn, but Tatum is really the one taking the bad threes. Yes,
absolutely. I agree. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to How About Them Celtics. Let us know what y'all thought of the win. Let us know what you think of Peyton, and I'll let Sam take us out.
Thank you very much for listening or watching. If you're watching, you're on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're almost at 2,000. So we're excited for that. The goal was by the end of the year, and it is not out of the realm of possibility. This is a Celtics-esque comeback versus the Pistons, where we thought we were out, but we may be back in. So subscribe, leave a like, tell us what you thought of the game. Sure you were thrilled. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple. You can leave a 5-star review there, say something nice. You can also follow us for audio versions of the full-length pods as well as game recaps like this one. You can find us on social media at How About Them C's. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook is just the name of the podcast. All of our 30-minute pregame streams will be there, as well as Twitter and YouTube. If you want to reach out to us via email, hbtcpod@gmail.com. Make sure you comment on the videos what's poppin' to be entered in our $10 gift card giveaway for Impopnito. Impopnito has over 60 flavors of popcorn. They have it all. Savory, sweet, seasonal, spicy. It's all excellent. We wouldn't plug it if we didn't like it. You can follow Jack on Twitter at JackSmanNBA. You can follow me at Sam LaFrance every NBA. This is for us. Bye.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.
That is bogus. These guys are ridiculous.